I'm prepared to fight.
Hey hearts, it's your girl Skyla Talk here with another video, and this video is going to be a quick little story time, I guess, on the day I called Albany and found out that I got my diploma. Now, you don't know, you know that I have a 12-year-old son, and I had him December 27th, 2003. And I was in high school finishing up, well, at least trying to finish up, and they discharged me from school. So I had to, I went to school my whole 9 months, everything. I was passing my classes, doing everything that I had to do in order for me to graduate. And then Christmas break, I had my baby. And I go back to school in January. Didn't even take the 6 weeks off or anything. I go back to school in January and they discharged me. And my principal was like, "Oh, you have to take those classes over." No. I felt like I could have been a bum my whole 9 months of me being pregnant. I didn't have to come to school in the snow, in the rain, sleet, hail, snow, shine, all that good stuff for me to have to take those classes over. Like, the fuck? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just stay until June because I had to finish, my course. But it was like, yeah, no, I was just over it at that point. So I stopped going. And me being fancy, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go and take my GED test. I just left high school. I should be able to pass it. Girl, I failed it by 3 points. Each question is 10 points, so therefore I failed it by 30 points, pretty much. I was so devastated. I was like, they couldn't find anything to just give me the 30 points. Like, the hell? And my mother was like, no, they wasn't just gonna hand you something. You gotta work for it. So I was like, you know what? It's cool. I'ma find me a program for me to go to. And I did. I went to Vocational Foundation Inc. And I got GED classes, and I was taking medical office assistant classes. So I was basically going for a certification and my high school diploma at the same time. And what ended up happening was, when I went to go take the exam, being that I had already took it prior, I was able to like play around with it and take certain parts. I didn't have to take the whole test over. So I ended up taking, I think, 3 subjects over, and the 3 subjects that I took over was the same exact booklet that I had already took the first time. So that part didn't qualify me. So those grades didn't count, whether if I passed it or not. Yeah, I didn't get graded for it. Bummer, right? And I was kind of hurt. I was, devastated or whatever. I was really hurt more than anything. So I graduated from Vocational Inc. and I got my medical assistant certificate. Walked across the stage, had a big ceremony, graduation, everything. So I did that, and then I went to another school called the BEOC, the Brooklyn Opportunity Educational Center, and in order for you to basically take the test, like quick, you had to be within a program. So I had no choice but to go to school. And at the time, I was still filling out applications for me to take the test on my own. Whichever one came first, that's what I was going to do. So now this is in 2008, because my Vocational Foundation Inc. was like a year. in some odd months, and then I got disqualified because of the same booklet issue, and then I had to take it over. Took it over in some testing center in the Bronx. I don't even remember filling out that testing center for me to go to that testing center. Actually, I don't remember filling out the application for me to go there, but they sent me my test date. I went and I took math and social studies over that time around, and I think I did the reading essay part over. I did 3 parts over that time, and I was working at Payless shoe store downtown Brooklyn, and I remember standing there in front of the store as like a greeter that day, and something just told me to call Albany. And I called Albany, and the lady was like, the document that was sent to you was a diploma. I was like, wait, what? I hung up, called back, and sure enough, she was like, the document that was sent to you was a diploma. I flew down the stairs, called my mother at work. I was crying. She didn't know what was going on. I was so hysterical. I was excited. I was like, Mom, I just got my diploma. And it was a Saturday. It was around springish summertime. So I was like hot in the store, at work, didn't want to be there, but I had to do what I had to do. I had a baby, so it was like whatever. And I was standing back up, went back upstairs, just was standing there, and the next thing I know, my grandmother and my aunt comes walking in the store. Oh, congratulations, and da. And I'm like, wait, how did y'all find out? Like, I just found out like literally 2.2 seconds ago. Why are y'all at my job making all of this noise? I'm confused. But my mom had called them and told them that I got my diploma, and they came into the store and wanted to congratulate me and everything else. It was super cool. I was like, this job could kiss my ass. This manager could kiss my ass. I got my diploma. Like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm over this job. Yeah, I was on that level. And I will never forget. I got home. I checked the mailbox. And guess what was in my mailbox? My diploma. The same exact day I called and found out if I got it. I was so excited. I left my keys in the mailbox because I was going upstairs to show my mother. And my keys was in the mail. Like, I got all the way upstairs to my mother's door and could not get in. I had to go all the way back downstairs to get the key out the mailbox, go all the way back upstairs to show my mom that I did it. I accomplished something. And not one time did my mother force me to go back to school. She told me to go back to school. She made me go back to school. Not one time. I did this on my own. And I never gave up. I never had it set that, oh, I'm just going to take this test once, and if I don't pass it, oh well. No. I took this test, failed it by 3 questions, took it over, got disqualified because I already had took the booklets that they gave me already. So those questions never got answered. Those was just thrown out, and then I took it again and I passed it. It was just like, you know that feeling from Pursuit of Happiness when Will Smith get the job at the end and he walks out and he's in a crowd of people and he's crying and he's clapping? That's the moment that I had. I had that moment, and I knew at that moment in time, I did this on my own. No one forced me, pushed me, told me nothing. I knew without that piece of paper, whether if I go to college or not, I knew without that piece of paper, I would not get a job. I knew I would not get somewhat of a good job, or anything. If I wouldn't have had my diploma, I wouldn't have been able to work at the airport. I wouldn't have been able to do any job that I had, because every job that I had after that required for me to have a high school diploma or a GED. So if you are young, 18 to 24, 36, whatever, and you don't have that piece of paper, go and get it. I know now they made it to where you still need the 2250 to pass, but if you fail it, you have to take the whole thing all over again. You just can't pick parts and what you want to retake. I know they switched that part of it up, but so what if you have to take it 10 times? Take the test. Don't give up. Don't put yourself in this little box and say, I'm just not going to go for it. I'm not going to get it. No, because that feeling is fucking amazing, especially if you do it on your own and no one tells you to go for it. When I say I will never forget that day, I got my GED in 2008 and we're now in 2016, and I still remember that moment. It's a moment I would never forget. I will never forget that moment, because it's something that I worked for. It's something that I didn't give up on myself on, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. It's an amazing feeling. And my mother was so proud of me, for the simple fact of the matter is that she didn't tell me to go and get it. She didn't have to give me that long, dragged out speech about, oh, if you don't get your diploma, you're not going to make it, you're not going to go far. I didn't have to hear any of that. I did it on my own. And that's what makes the moment more special to me and more appreciative to me, because I did it all by my lonesome, just me. And of course, my son motivated me too, but I just knew I couldn't give up. I knew I could not give up. I didn't care if I took it 20 times. If it took me 20 times to take that test, I was not giving up on myself. Giving up wasn't an option for me. So yeah, that's the time when I made the phone call and found out I got my diploma. I got my diploma. I thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay sweet, and until next time, bye.